Hello everybody, welcome back to the world's greatest training tournament. We're in round 2, and the last two matchups are Koga versus his daughter Janine, and Lance versus his cousin Claire. In this family feud, who will come out on top between these trainers? Let me know in the comments down below who you think will win. Now let's see who I'll be controlling in today's matchup. Okay, now I'll be controlling in this matchup Janine. Can I bring her to victory against her father Koga? Or will she fall? Let's find out. Okay, the teams are locked in. Let me know in the comments down below who you think will win. Will it be Janine or will it be Koga? Both have a similar approach to battling, as Koga has taught his daughter well. Unfortunately, if either one loses here, they are eliminated from the tournament. So the stakes are high as Janine leads off with Ariados. They lead off with the Gengar. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be much that this Pokemon can really do here. As Gengar goes for a powerful psychic attack against Ariados. Ariados manages to sweep the hit and goes for a Sludge Bomb, but it's not going to do much to the Ghost-type Pokemon. It does basically no damage as Gengar stands firm, and unfortunately it seems that Ariados will go down here. Koga is of course going to take the lead here, leaving Janine in a 6 versus 5 battle.
So, what will be the next Pokemon?
Janine switches to her Nidoqueen to hopefully deal with this poison and ghost type threat, hoping that the Earthquake from her Nidoqueen can bring this threat down. As again, Gengar is going to go for a Psychic Blast, which does a solid chunk to the Nidoqueen, as it responds with an Earthquake in kind. Super effective damage being exchanged, but unfortunately the Gengar holds on with its Focus Band, not allowing the Nidoqueen to take it out so easily, as it responds once again with a Psychic Blast. Unfortunately weakening the Nidoqueen down to her last legs as she goes for an Earthquake. Can she get the KO here? Will Focus Band kick in again? It does not. And a critical Earthquake takes down the Gengar. Unfortunately, it's now a 5 versus 5 battle, but Janine is on the back foot with her Nidoqueen heavily injured as they bring out the Venusaur. Unfortunately, Venusaur is going to outspeed the Nidoqueen, and down goes the Nidoqueen here. Unable to do anything as it awaits defeat to the Venusaur that is at full health and at full strength.
We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the next Pokemon.
Janine switches out and brings in her Crobat, hoping that this Pokemon will be enough to thwart the Venusaur's terrible reign of terror on her team. And goes for the Wing Attack, hoping to do some serious damage. It does a good chunk, but Venusaur holds on. And unfortunately gets flinched from the King's Rock on that Wing Attack. As Crobat is able to continue its onslaught of unleashing more Wing Attacks against the Venusaur to eventually bring it down. It takes down the Venusaur low, but the Venusaur holds on again as it sets up the light screen. Whether that will come into play or not, will wait to be seen. But unfortunately here, Crobat is going to finish off the Venusaur and even the score. Janine sitting on 4 Pokemon as well as Koga, all at full health. This could be anybody's battle. Who will win? Out comes the Nidoking. And she has no options here, really, that she wants to risk. Crobat goes for Confuse Ray, though, which Nidoking will definitely not appreciate, as it is now confused. But it corrects its status with the Miracle Berry and goes for a Thunderbolt, which is really going to hurt the Crobat. Unfortunately, does not paralyze, allowing Crobat to maintain its speed advantage against the terrifying Pokemon. As yet again, it goes for the Confuse Ray to confuse the Nidoking to prevent it from acting in battle. Will Nidoking kid itself, or will it get off an attack? It does, it hits itself in confusion, preventing it from acting on this turn. That is really unfortunate for Koga here. As Crobat decides to go for the onslaught with a wing attack, dealing a decent chunk to the Nidoking as it holds on. And again, unfortunately, hits itself in confusion. Janine's Crobat proving to be a menace as it always is on the battlefield. And that is not something that Koga is going to look forward to, as his daughter is currently besting him in battle and manages to even up the HP amount on their Pokemon. Unfortunately, Nidoking breaks through, manages to go for a Thunderbolt here, which Crobat is not going to appreciate, but it holds on with a sliver of HP, ready to continue its onslaught on the battlefield. As it goes for another wing attack, going for the stab moves to get as much damage as possible, but Nidoking holds on yet again after taking many blows, then finishes it off with a Thunderbolt.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon. Oh, it's Venomoth.
Janine sends out her Venomoth, hoping that Venomoth can potentially bring down this threat. And it manages to outspeed and goes for the Giga Drain. Will it take out the Nidoking? Yes, it will. With its current HP, it cannot withstand the Giga Drain from the Venomoth. Koga loses another valuable Pokemon in his team, as Janine manages to bring it back to a 3 versus 3 battle. Next comes out Arbok, though, and this Pokemon is not to be underestimated. Janine orders her Venomoth to go for a Sleep Powder to put this Pokemon to sleep and manages to succeed, rendering Arbok unable to act on this turn, which is an unfortunate matchup for Koga right now. Janine's going to take the opportunity to switch Pokemon here into a Pokemon that can actually damage the Arbok, but will it be enough? As Arbok has the potential to wake up and get some damage in here, but it stays fast asleep. That is unfortunate for Koga. As Tentacruel is going to unleash a Surf upon the Arbok. Does a solid chump, but Arbok holds on and it wakes up. And it goes for the Earthquake, which Tentacruel is definitely not going to appreciate here, as it is super effective damage. But Tentacruel manages to hold on. Tentacruel goes for another Surf here. Will it be enough? Will it be a critical hit to take down the Arbok? It is! And Arbok manages to hold on with a sliver of HP and get off yet another Earthquake, proving that it's a tenacious Pokemon indeed and not to be taken lightly. As Tentacruel also, with every limit of its willpower, manages to hold on, ready to continue this battle. Not wanting to lose out to the Arbok, as it brings it down. This puts Janine in an advantageous position, as she currently has the team lead. Out comes Venomoth, and Venomoth is a threat in its own right. But Janine switches back Tentacruel. And sends out her own. Sludge Bomb is unleashed from the Venomoth, but it is not very effective as the two moths stare each other down. Unfortunately, Koga's outspeeds and goes for the Sleep Powder here, which is going to put Venomoth to sleep. That is very unfortunate for Janine, As Venomoth can do nothing but await targeted attacks. However, Janine is not going to take that lightly and is going to switch out and go into her Vileplume. Knowing the rules of the tournament, more than one Pokemon can't be asleep at a time, and she's going to take full-on advantage of this. Fortunately, the Sludge Bomb hits the Vileplume for a decent amount of damage, but its leftovers should help with that a little bit. Out comes another Sludge Bomb. And that is unfortunately going to connect with the Vileplume here as it holds on and goes for a Sleep Powder. Janine hoping to get some retribution here, but it unfortunately misses. That is very bad news for her. Venomoth continues the Sludge Bomb assault and brings Vileplume even closer to defeat. As another Sleep Powder is going to be unleashed. Can it connect this time? Hopefully saving her Vileplume from defeat. It does. That is very unfortunate for Koga, as this means that they have the advantage currently. However, Vileplume is injured. Can it somehow come back with some kind of onslaught? It goes for an Empower. And unfortunately misses the Venomoth due to its Bright Powder that it has equipped. And unfortunately gets no damage and is not able to capitalize on the situation as Venomoth wakes up once again. Another Sludge Bomb happens. Vileplume is incredibly weak now. What will it do? Goes for an Empower, which does not much damage to the Venomoth, making this an interesting and struggle of a battle here. As Venomoth finishes off the Vileplume with yet another Sludge Bomb. This unfortunately puts Janine in a very difficult position, as she has one Pokemon asleep and one Pokemon that can barely even battle. Janine brings back her Venomoth, hoping that their Venomoth can somehow make a comeback and put her in a good position, but it stays fast asleep. Unfortunately, neither side can do much damage to the other. But Koga's continues to outspeed. Janine's Venomoth wakes up and goes for the Sleep Powder here, which could be pivotal in changing this match, but it unfortunately misses, allowing Koga's Venomoth to maintain control on the battlefield. The Sleep Powder is unleashed once again. The amount of pollen on this battlefield will make anybody sneeze to high hell, but the two are going strong. Venomoth goes for a Sludge Bomb, hoping to get some damage on Koga's Venomoth and hopefully even up the playing field, but it does not look like it is going to be a good victory here for either side.
That didn't accomplish much. It woke up.
However, Koga's Venomoth wakes up and goes for yet another Sludge Bomb. Janine needs some luck here if she wants the potential to win this battle, as Koga's continues to outspeed and goes for another Sludge Bomb, bringing her own Venomoth into a low range of HP. Out goes the Sleep Powder, and it connects with the Venomoth. Can she somehow turn this around? Both Pokemon are heavily injured, and Koga still has one fresh and not touched in any form or any way. Unfortunately, Venomoth stays asleep and is unable to do anything this turn. Tentacruel goes for a Surf here, manages to outspeed the Venomoth, but is unable to pick up the KO, but Venomoth stays asleep. Could this be the deciding moment that Janine manages to prove she's a better trainer than her father Koga, despite him being a member of the Elite Four? Or will this all be for nothing? Venomoth finally goes down after putting much hurt on her team. Taking out Vileplume, almost taking out the Venomoth. As Koga is reduced to his last Pokemon on the team, which happens to be Fortress.
One Pokemon is still capable of going up, but the other one looks tired.
Tentacruel goes for Surf here. And what will Fortress do? Can Fortress really do anything against their Pokemon? Fortunately not, it just goes for Spikes. Which will not do anything to the Tentacruel that is currently already on the field. And Fortress here is stuck using Protect. Unable to claim victory in this battle due to the moves that it has. And Janine may be taking this win home here. And there is not much that Koga can really do about it. Koga is choosing to stall out the battle. Constantly going for Protect, trying to keep his Fortress alive. But he only has one option, and that option means losing his Pokemon either way. So he's just going to be as much of a pain in the butt as possible as he gets a triple Protect. Making it so Janine has no easy way of eliminating this Fortress as it continues to stick around on the field. However, Janine is not switching, she's staying in. And Fortress is unable to get a fourth Protect off, which allows Surf to connect. One unfortunate scenario for Koga is he can do nothing but stall out the battle and await defeat. Again, another Protect from the Fortress, as that is all it can do unless it wants to explode. But unfortunately, that is not going to be the case. As Janine is able to claim victory eventually. But Fortress is continuing with the Protect spam, hoping to stay alive.
Oh my, missed again. A hot battle is unfolding. No.
It was a hard fought battle, but Fortress will go down here to the Surf. And that means Janine claims victory. And Koga is eliminated from the tournament. She has proven to be a victorious trainer and better than her father Koga, eliminating him here. What a strange turn of events, as it looks like Koga had this in the bag, but unfortunately, due to his last Pokemon and him not using it throughout this whole entire battle, it was left with nothing it could do. Next up is Lance versus Clair. These two cousins are known for being masters of the Dragon type. Who will come out on top in today's battle and claim their advance to round 3. Let us see who I'll be controlling in today's battle. Looks like I'll be controlling the Dragon Master Lance, a former member of the Elite Four and a champion. Let's see if he has what it takes to claim victory over his cousin Clair, or will he lose? Okay, the teams are locked in. Both are very similar teams with some changes in Pokemon here and there. Who will reign victorious here in this battle between the two Dragon Masters? They are both cousins, and this family feud is about to get interesting. Out comes Gyarados from Lance, and out comes Kingdra from Clair. Very interesting. Unfortunately, Clair's Kingdra is faster than Gyarados, and it goes for a Dragon Breath here. As Gyarados unleashes an attack back and strikes with Return. Both doing relatively similar damage to each other, but she does hold the leftovers here. Lance chooses to switch from Gyarados, deciding that it's not worth the matchup, and goes into Charizard. Can the Dragon Breath get a paralysis and paralyze his Charizard here?
That did little
It does not, allowing Charizard to maintain its speed advantage. As Charizard goes for Outrage. A Dragon-type move super effectively hitting the Kingdra. As Kingdra unleashes a super effective move of its own, being Surf, hoping to bring down this threat-laced Charizard, but it holds on with a sliver of HP. Lance's Charizard not wanting to bite the bucket yet. It continues on to Outrage and do some serious damage to Clair's team. Down goes Kingdra, putting Lance in an advantageous position over his cousin Clair. And out comes their own Charizard. Unfortunately, Clair's manages to outspeed and goes for an Outrage, which is unfortunate for Lance as it means his Charizard goes down after the fierce battle it put up against the Kingdra and managed to hold on for dear life. Next out comes Gyarados, a Water type, able to potentially threaten this threat of a Charizard as it continues to outrage and go berserk on the battlefield. However, Charizard seems to eat it with relative ease and goes for a waterfall. Unfortunately, Clair is not able to switch out as long as the outrage is continuing. As outrage is unleashed once again onto the Gyarados, and the Gyarados eats it up with relative ease. A waterfall is unleashed, bringing down Charizard to low HP, but is not enough to yet pick up the KO. Which is unfortunate for Lance, as it means Charizard can potentially get another attack in. But it hits itself in confusion. How unfortunate.
So, what will be the next Pokemon? Oh, it's Dragon.
Clair switches to Dragonair, hoping that this Pokemon may be able to turn things around. But Gyarados outspeeds and goes for the Ice Beam. Prepared to deal with Dragon-type Pokemon, which are known to be a weakness to the Dragon typing. Another Outrage is unleashed, but Gyarados is able to hold on, eating yet another blow. Unfortunately for Clair, this means Gyarados gets another Ice Beam off. Could it get the freeze here and potentially prevent any more damage? It does! Unfortunately, paralysing the Dragonair and preventing Clair from continuing forward. Another Ice Beam is unleashed, and that is an end to Clair's Dragonair, putting Lance in the lead.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. Oh, it's Dragon!
It is now 5 versus 4, but this does not mean that Lance has this in the bag. Actually, no, it's 5 versus 3. But there is the potential that Lance could still lose as these two Dragon Masters go at it. Unfortunately, Dragonite is going to outspeed the Gyarados and take it down.
The next Pokemon needs to be prepared. Okay. Oh, it's Tyranitar.
Let's see that it is locked into. Outrage is going to go into Tyranitar, hoping to take advantage of the situation while Dragonite is unable to attack in any other way. Outrage goes off. It does a solid chunk, but Tyranitar holds on and sets up the Sandstorm. This could potentially be dangerous for the Dragonite, as it is going to sap away at itself as the sand rakes against its scales. Again, Dragonite continues to outrage against the Tyranitar, who seems to be eating it relatively well. And now Tyranitar's ready to go on the offensive and unleashes a fierce rock slide, which collides with the Dragonite, doing super effective damage due to its flying typing, as the Sandstorm will continue to wither it down. Unfortunately, Bitterberry cures the confusion of Outrage, allowing Dragonite to make another choice, but it continues on with the Outrage onslaught. As Tyranitar eats a hit yet again and goes for a crunch to finish off the Dragonite. Will it be enough? It will. Lance, not wanting to take a risk with accuracy, just goes for the guaranteed hit move.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. Oh,
Claire switches into a Rhydon here, hoping that Rhydon could potentially do something to aid her in this battle and turn things around. Whether Lance's Tyranitar uses Earthquake, which is going to do a solid chunk to Rhydon, but it's able to eat it in response of an Earthquake of its own, bringing it down.
Oh, it has no strength left.
Claire is unfortunately down to 2 Pokemon, while Lance still has 3.
The next Pokemon is ready.
And Lance rightfully sends out his Kingdra, hoping that Kingdra can turn the flow of battle to continue in his favour. Unfortunately, the Sandstorm itself earlier does deal damage, but Leftovers manages to recover some of it, as it is now free to go for an attack on the Rhydon, who switches out. Out comes Claire's Gyarados, who's fresh and ready to battle, as Surf is going to be unleashed from the Kingdra, hoping to take down the Rhydon, but instead collects with the giant water snake. Sandstorm disappears, allowing both sides to rest without worrying about being pelted. Claire orders her Kingdra to go for a Dragon Breath, but is not able to get the paralysis on the Gyarados as it goes for a return. It gets a critical hit, smacking Kingdra for some serious damage, but Kingdra manages to hold on. Another Dragon Breath against the Gyarados, will it be enough? Unfortunately, it seems not, as Gyarados is able to eat the hit, and strides back with yet another return, getting another critical hit, bringing Lance's answer to Claire's Rhydon out of commission. Lance switches in Aerodactyl, hoping that Aerodactyl can take care of the giant water snake. Both able to deal super effective damage to the other, who will come out on top, as Aerodactyl is indeed faster and goes for an ancient power, critically hitting the Gyarados to pay back for the 2 crits it got on the Kingdra. Claire is down to her last Pokemon. Can Rhydon potentially turn this around for her? Can it bring her the victory, or will it fall like the rest? It's a 2 versus 1 battle and an uphill battle, as Pterodactyl goes for an Earthquake. Unfortunately, Rhydon hits back with a solid counter. Will it be enough to bring down the Aerodactyl here? No, it is not, as Aerodactyl is just barely able to hold on. But Rhydon outspeeds with a Quick Claw and goes for Rock Slide and brings Pterodactyl down. What a strange turn of events, folks, as this means Lance is down to his ace Pokemon Dragonite against the fearsome Rhydon, which managed to overcome all odds and take down his Aerodactyl. If he can get another Quick Claw proc and a crit here, it could potentially take out Dragonite, but it's a matter of whether it pulls it off. It does outspeed. It goes for the Rock Slide. Will Claire be going through? Unfortunately not, as Dragonite is able to withstand the blow and goes for an Ice Beam, bringing down the Rhydon. What an intense battle. And that unfortunately means that Claire has received her first loss in this tournament. and allowed Lance to claim his second victory, allowing him to proceed on to the next round. Round 2 is not over yet, folks, as it is time for the teams with 1 win and 1 loss to battle it out to see who will make it through to round 3. I'll be back while I sort out and tally the scores and figure out who is versing who with a random generation to see who could potentially be going into round 3 and redeem themselves.
As I will make you blast off harder than your last loss. Teach you a lesson like you won't bunch of lapdogs. It was fast, huh? You're mad, huh? Want me to slow it down or would you prefer it fast?